Puddle Potters, it's your favorite time of the week. It's the weekly wrap up. So week 3 was all about your work infrastructure. And this is really now getting down into a bit more of the nitty gritty. We started off with that strategy that Michael set up, and now we're going down into that work infrastructure. So I'm going to run through a bit of kind of what I've taken out of it and share that with you. And I would love to hear your thoughts as well. So yeah, where do we spend most of our time? It's our inbox, and how the heck do we get out of inbox and get the real work done? So I think I've always been overwhelmed with inboxes. I'm sure we always are. And I know at times with my personal inbox, sometimes it's just like, I just don't even want to look at it. I just kind of run from it and go, shit, the fire's burning, but it's all good. It's okay. You know, someone will call me if something's really bad is happening. But, you know, you do miss a few things, and it is really important to kind of control what you can. So your inbox, like Michael said, is always going to fill up. You know, you think of those really high performers out there running, like Michael does, StartMate, with people running, you know, billion-dollar companies, or with these influencers that you really look up to, like me, Tim Ferriss. You know, he is going to be getting overwhelmed with all his inboxes. If you think you can't deal with it now, imagine, let's say, that success that you're getting towards. All that's going to happen is that inbox is going to increase. So if you can't manage it now, well, you aren't going to be able to manage it in the future. So either you figure out how to focus on what you can actually control, and that's how you manage the inbox. You can't control how much it fills up, or you're just going to have to stay and be overwhelmed with it all the time. So I love that from Michael. It's like, yeah, back to that stoic kind of philosophy, focus on what you can control. That was really helpful for me to think, all right, yep, these inboxes are going to keep coming in. That's okay. As long as I kind of time box when I'm checking them and making sure I am not kind of dawdling through the inbox and actually systematically going onto the email and then either actioning it if it's less than 2 minutes, or putting it on my to-do list if it's a heavy lifting task. And that's going to give me so much more just weight off my shoulders to know that, okay, yeah, it's cool. Inbox can fill up, but I know I can triage it and smash through it and get to the important things that need to be done. And I just focus on being better at actioning what needs to be done. Do it there, less than 2 minutes, or add it to to-do list. And yeah, I was like, okay, well, communication is the most important thing between humans, and email is a form of communication that isn't going away. So I always thought, you know, I love to talk to people, I love to communicate with them, but hey, also I need to get better at communicating over email because it's not going to go anywhere. And I think that, like, you know, with all the different notifications that are coming in, and they just constantly build up and feel so overwhelming. But yeah, let's be honest, they're not going away. There's going to become more of them. So I need to get better at managing that reaction to them, rather than going and just ignoring them and running away from them. And I think that, yeah, your inbox is other people's to-do list. So you've really got to make sure that you're still chunking out that time in your day to get those really heavy lifting items done. And so put yourself first and manage that to-do list. Really important. I use things for my personal to-do list, like Michael, both on my phone and my MacBook. And then I use Trello, just like Michael does, for my work items, just because that means that I can share that Trello board with my colleagues and they can have input on that too. And it's nice to keep things kind of separate, and I enjoy that kind of system. So yeah, one touch on your email inbox. Now with the to-do list, I think I still definitely need a lot more work on managing my to-do list. My things is that's also overwhelming. So I've got to work on managing that and just triaging that and kind of working through it in a systematic way. And I love that Michael talks about that communication. Totally agree. Meetings to emails Slack messages, keep them frictionless. And I never really thought about why email is so much slower. It's because you're trying to put this professional tone on, right? Hey, and regards, and have a nice day. And I try and find that balance between getting to the point, an actionable email message, and not fluffing around too much, because there is a balance. I don't want to be too direct if people think, oh, he's a dick. All he wants is, you know, one action item and doesn't ask how I am. but then it's like, I want to get to the point and make this effective. So I'd love to get your thoughts on that as well, on I guess the professional aspect of email as well, and balancing that being fluff versus the actual actionable items. And there's so many tips there on Slack. I have set up my Gmail now, which I'll quickly show you, because I do it slightly different to how Michael does it with the priority inboxes. I actually do multiple inboxes, so I'll show you that now. So I've gone through and I have kind of summarized all the different Gmail action items that Michael has suggested. And oh my God, going through and actually getting rid of chat and meet. I love it. You know, you never use chat and meet, and now it's gone. It's nice and clean. The inbox is looking, there's so much more information that you're able to quickly get through. I will share how I run my inbox. So instead of I still run multiple inboxes. And what I do is I actually have the inbox down the bottom. Then I have, if I click something, so it first goes to an action, which means it goes to the top. Or I'll make it purple, means I'm waiting for them. So I've got to follow up with them. Next one is to read. So I've got to come back and it's a long, in-depth reading article, but it doesn't really need an action item. Or the other one is a reference. So it's something that I need to keep coming back to. Kind of like a folders, but yeah, I got rid of the folders. The only one that I now use is like a newsletter, using that plus symbol at the end of my email address, which is really helpful. And that's just how I kind of run my inbox. And kind of the other thing that really helps me is going that mindset shift from a to-do list into a get-to-do list. So your to-do list is always so overwhelming, but actually it's a privilege that you get to do all these things. So call it a get-to-do list. And yeah, that's probably my wrap up for this week. I think, yeah, schedule send is also, I love that tool because, you know, you quickly send emails and you sometimes you stuff up. And so you schedule them. Love that. And yeah, have a good wrap up. Feeling full of people in Melbourne that are still on lockdown. Let's get effective and productive. Thank you.